Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired of being broke? You would probably be surprised to hear me say that being broke has less to do with your bank balance and more to do with your undisciplined spending behavior. In this month's episode, I'm going to use my ebook, Break Up with Broke, that I know you've all been reading, as a blueprint to show you how to develop some disciplined spending patterns that will protect your finances as well as your peace of mind. We are breaking up with broke for good in 2026. My team and I have designed a workbook for you. And I want you to use this workbook along with the ebook because if you put them together, they are a powerful tool that not only will help you build reserves, but you will also develop healthy money habits and break the curse of being broke for generations to come. Now, before we get into it, I need for you to do three things. Like this episode, subscribe, and share with someone else that's ready to break up with broke. I cannot stress enough the urgency of planning for an emergency. That could probably be a t-shirt. I make fun, but you know what's no laughing matter? Unplanned expenses. Because emergencies are not a matter of if, but when. And not having an emergency reserve fund is the beginning of a debt trap. I want you to imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning and your refrigerator has broken down, or your washing machine doesn't work, or heaven forbid, you're on your way to work and your car breaks down. How do you handle all of that? Do you immediately go into panic, or are you more calm because you have stashed away some reserves? Let me show you how to turn that financial panic into preparation. You know exactly what I'm about to say right now. An emergency reserve fund, without one, you are one unplanned financial need away from chaos. Debt is not always created by being irresponsible. It's created from a lack of preparation. When financial emergencies hit, credit cards can feel like a God-sent solution. But what they actually are is a long-term trap that may take you years or maybe even a lifetime to get out of. And let me tell you, your mindset and your peace of mind is worth so much more than that mountain of debt and interest that you create bailing yourself out of emergencies. So when I asked, what would you do in those situations? How did you feel? Were you unsure? Well, if you were unsure, you know what that means? It means you have no emergency reserve fund. I want you to do something different this month. I want you to list all your monthly expenses, then multiply those times 3 if you're married and 6 if you're single. Now, don't let this number scare you. This is simply your financial target. If your mind immediately went to, I can't, maybe later, I want you to take those words out of your financial vocabulary because later can be very expensive when it comes to breaking up with broke. And remember, it's not about having enough money. It's about having enough discipline to start with what you already have. Stash, save, and grow. What if I told you that my doctor is also my Uber driver, my babysitter, and my hairstylist? You would probably think, no way. Well, you'd be right. Because each of these professionals have a different role, right? Well, guess what? Your money works the exact same way. What I've seen in my 35 years of helping people create wealth is that most people don't understand the difference between reserves, saving, and investing. And sometimes it's that confusion that keeps them stuck. Let's talk about why and how. This is where the Break Up with Broke workbook will help you distinguish the difference. Not all savings are the same. Reserves are that break glass in case of emergency money. Your savings dollars are your planned expenses. That's your expenses, your new car, your house down payment. And then your investment dollars are your grow up money. You want your money to begin working for you in one of the 3 pillars of wealth: business, real estate, and stock. Here's what I want you to really get out of all of this is that all of these categories take discipline and healthy money choices. Are you making these same mistakes? The workbook will help you categorize your money and make sure that every dollar has a mission. Because you know what I always say, money does what you tell it and goes where you send it. Don't get confused. That doesn't mean that you have to have 3 different accounts. One account can hold your reserves and your savings, but you have to know that minimum reserve number that you never go below. Now, what happens to a lot of people, especially my newbies, is that they want to start at the very top and they want to start investing. Well, that makes them a little bit top heavy because what happens is that the minute something happens, they have to rob the future to pay for the present. It's kind of like planting a tree and then going out a month later and ripping it out of the ground and trying to use it for firewood. It takes time. So remember, your money has 3 roles: stash, save, and grow. What type of lies are you telling yourself about why you can't save money? We're going to be busting those money myths. How many non-essential purchases did you make this week? I doubt if there's a single person on the planet who hasn't justified making a purchase of something that they didn't need. But here's the deal. Saving is not deprivation. It's intentional living that anticipates the unplanned. So I want you to understand that the statement, "I don't make enough money to save," is a simple excuse that shows financial immaturity. When you allow lifestyle creep to cancel out employment raises or any large unexpected windfall that could fuel your savings, you continue the same self-sabotaging behavior that has kept you broke. Small daily changes is how you save and refrain from spending and build serious momentum. Did you know that if you save $2,000 per year from age 20 to age 45, don't save any more money, at age 65, you'll have over $1 million. Now, if you wait and decide, I'm going to save $2,000 a year from age 45 to 65, you will have just over $100,000. Same $40,000. One started early, one started later. So don't give yourself permission to continue to wait to save. What are your top 3 excuses? You know the ones you always recycle whenever you're faced with that decision, whether you want to spend or save. I want you to bust that myth in this upcoming week by not making one non-essential purchase and saving it in your 5K Savings Club account. Now, I know that it sounds like $13.70 a day doesn't sound like very much towards your saving club account, or even saving $25 from every paycheck. Doesn't seem like a lot, but when I tell you that it will make a difference, these small changes. Being financially disciplined is about the choices you make on the days you just don't feel motivated, but you can do it anyway. You keep saying you need more money to save. You don't need more money. You need more discipline. Once you acknowledge that you are broke because you won't stop spending, you might want to go back and check out one of my previous episodes, Stop Spending. Because once you acknowledge that you're broke because you won't stop, that's a good place to start. You can begin to track what you're doing. So what I want you to do for the next 7 days is I want you to track all of your non-essential purchases, every single one. What you're going to find is that some of this non-essential money may be waiting to get reassigned. Here's the truth. Anyone can save with very, very few exceptions. The first step is awareness because you can't fix what you don't track. There are several really, really good spending apps out there that will help you with that. So find one that works for you. And then train yourself to be disciplined on those days when you lack motivation and you feel this unnecessary need to treat yourself. I want you to learn how to treat yourself in reverse and save instead of spend. Remember, for the next 7 days, you're going to be tracking your non-essential spending. Maybe make a list and break it down into essential and non-essential. I have a sample of that chart in my workbook. I think it's chapter 4. Your next step is to take the money that you've been spending on these non-essentials, and I want you to immediately transfer it into your 5K Savings Club account. Now, this should be really easy because you have already linked one of your accounts to your Savings Club account for easy transfers in. Remember, no transfers out. If you have a debit card that is attached to your reserve account, have that debit card canceled today. This will help with that impulse spending because your reserve account should not have a debit card associated with it. These small changes will build momentum, and momentum builds confidence. And guess what? Confidence builds wealth over time. Let me ask you a question. How much money in disguise is laying around your house? That treadmill sitting in your guest bedroom, unused for the last year or so, that probably can't even be deemed as fitness equipment anymore, but could definitely potentially be cash or clothing that you haven't worn in 2-3 seasons, maybe your children's clothing. Last month's entire episode was built around that one single easy power move to kick off your savings and support your planned spending with recycled money. I took you shopping with me last month using my recycled money. I turned my clutter into cash. These type of quick wins can significantly help you build momentum. Your house may be hiding items that could be used as a starter source for your emergency fund. Your clutter is unused money that can be cashed in consignment shops or the online marketplace. Now, I want you to go through your closet, your kids' rooms, your basement, your garage, etc. And I need for you to identify just 10 items that you could sell in this upcoming week. Then I want you to identify the top 3 that you can sell immediately. And then do me a favor, track your progress and transfer all of that money directly into your Savings Club account. Building reserves does not have to feel like punishment. It will empower you if you will give it a chance. So find cash in that hidden clutter that's scattered all around your house. Okay, I want you to be honest with me. Are you still trying to keep up with the Kardashians? That extravagant, pumped up social media lifestyle that rarely shows you credit card balances or the stress associated with being broke. The feed looks like they're living the life. And yes, it's true. While financial peace is not as flashy as social engagement, it's far more valuable and lasting than likes and views. Now, spending to impress strangers is a very, very expensive way to get validations. Likes do not pay the bills or decrease your credit card interest. Building reserves is not flashy, but it's certainly powerful. Wealth building is a marathon, not a sprint. So what I want you to do is I want you to start to shift your focus from attention building to creating some legacy, because likes and views will fade over time, but financial freedom will last for generations. I want you to sign my Break Up with Broke decree that's in the back of the workbook and keep it with you so you can see it. Maybe even add it to your vision board. This will help you stay disciplined when it's time to say no to non-essential purchases. Being disciplined and having reserves is more than just stashing cash. It's building peace of mind for you and for your family for generations to come. Because the Graham life will eventually collide with reality, but the bills still have to be paid. Okay, family, you know what time it is. It's wealth work time. This month, we're focusing on the 14-day Break Up with Broke challenge. Now, I need for you to calculate your emergency reserves. 3 to 6 months. 3 months if you are married, 6 months if you're single. Then you're going to track your non-essential spending for 7 days and then take the following 7 days and transfer that exact amount of money into your 5K Savings Club account. Then you're going to sell at least 3 items and transfer that money into your account as well. And finally, use your workbook. It's a tool that my team and I created that will help you. Now, I will check back in with you next week to see how you're doing. And you know what to do. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone else that's trying to break up with broke. Because remember, how you do anything is how you do everything. And I will see you soon.